And thank you, Minister. I appreciate this is very much a technical and a correcting, but I'm going to use the opportunity while we have you here just to raise with regard to a concern and an experience that I've had over a number of years. I work with a lot of families on a pro bono basis, assisting them where they have been where they've been maybe done out of tracker mortgages in the process, and restoring that and going through all of that with different various financial institutions. And one of the provisions of GDPR is this idea of transparency, and that modalities that your data subject access requests should be responded to in the most convenient way and as quickly and as possible. And I suppose one of the experiences I've had is that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of letters to ensure that is put into place. Now, to be fair, the Data Commission are fantastic in supporting and in being very clear, and the threat of them is always a paragraph within my letters, but and hoping we don't have to recourse to that. But the fact is, you'll get a disc first. The disc is in or you'll get it in some sort of a means first, where the disc is in the computer programming of the actual financial institution. So unless you have that, you can't unpack the disc or access the disc. Then you write in. Then they'll say, we have a package now. This is how you access the package on your own computer, and you can access your disc. And then eventually, when you go back and say, you know, can we talk about transparency, modalities? Can we talk about that whole provision in GDPR? At that point, then eventually, by the time that has happened, we're 6 months down the road, and people have still been paying or been caused hardship and not paying. And so we have an increase of arrears, and we've got a situation where then we've got further to negotiate and talk about and whatever. So in the end, we get there, but I really wanted to put on record the fact that we have that process at all is so where the opportunity arises for you to exert some sort of an influence. I would really appreciate that. Another thing I think for financial institutions is that their DPIAs should be published, not just a privacy notice. The privacy notice is the external mechanism by where how your data is going to be handled is published and available. But that's not enough when you are balancing when you're looking at the necessary and proportionate restriction of data subject rights. I believe in every situation, both as a state and our state entities, but also with our financial institutions, we need a situation where their DPIAs should be out there in public. They should be transparent. If they're going to restrict my rights or the rights of a constituent or anyone who, generally by the time you're exercising your rights, it's because you're engaged in some sort of an argument with the banks. People don't know. I haven't looked for my statements, so I haven't had an argument with them in a while. But but where people are in that situation, they're already vulnerable. So to have a DPIA where people like me and others who are assisting families in situations like that, where we have complete transparency to say this, we can measure expectations, we can, rather than having to go to the arduous process of 8 months of letter writing before you actually get to the nub of why we're not getting the information we get. So I just thought I'd take the opportunity when you were here. Thank you very much. Thank you.